Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Siddharth Nair and you're watching That Car Guy. I'm down here at Amani Motors in Kochi to showcase a very special car. Now the last time I was here, I did a detailed review on this, the GLE 53 AMG, and all of you seem to love it. So today I got something kind of similar but a bit more affordable. Yes, we have here with us today the BMW X4 30D with the M Sport package.
And this beautiful single-owner 2022 example, which has just done 50,000 kilometers, is up for sale at Amani Motors in Cochin. So if you are in the market for a BMW X4 or any other pre-owned luxury vehicle, do give these guys a call. They are one of the best dealerships in the business.
And now let's get into the nitty-gritty of this BMW X4 30D. First of all, this is a turbo diesel inline six-cylinder 265 bhp monster, making around 620 Newton meters of torque. So the power is no joke. This is a very potent, very capable, brutal, grunty turbo diesel monster of a machine. So yes, and the monster aspect continues with this beautiful example finished in sapphire black metallic, if I'm not mistaken, with the blackened out wheels and the red brake calipers. Everything about this car has that presence, and the monster effect does not finish there. You have these blackened out twin kidney grills, which are active aero. As you can see, the flaps are closed right now. Once the car gets moving, the flaps open to allow more air into the engine. And talking about the engine, this 30D example has the famous B57 engine, which is a straight six turbocharged diesel engine making around 265 bhp, and that's not it. This powerhouse of a unit has 620 Newton meters of torque. That is enough torque to move planets. This is a very punchy diesel. Like we all know, BMW diesels are one of the best diesel engines to get your hands behind the wheel. This is a very fun car to drive, but being practical at the same time. And the bumper design is very sporty. There is that M Sport package fitted to this car. As you can see, there are a lot of intakes over here, and it is sporty. It is proper sporty. Just take a look at the hood design. You can see the power bulge. This proper muscle is there in this car. It is a very athletic vehicle, and to the sides, you are greeted to these beautiful 20-inch all-black alloy wheels, and this is a staggered setup. The fronts are running 245/45 R20 wheels, and in the back they are running 275/40 R20 wheels. A 275 section tire for the rear. That is almost sports car territory wide. So it is a proper setup, and it is proper, like the wheel gaps are flush. So this car has adaptive suspension, but it cannot be lowered or raised like an air suspension, but the setup is just menacing. And from the side, you can see that coupe design flowing down to the C-pillar. All of the chrome in this car has been blackened out. The taillights are a thing of beauty. They are that 3D kind of a design where this part over here is smoked out. You do get a small ducktail action, which is baked into the tailgate itself. Very nice. You also get a spoiler kind of a system, a diffuser for the rear glass, and your typical shark fin antenna over there. The back portion is really monstrous. You do get the X-Drive 30D. So this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, which is rear wheel biased at any given time. The rear wheels do get the massive chunk of the power. And if the situation is called for, then the power is routed to the front wheels. So that is how the X-Drive system works. You also get twin tailpipes, which are functional. Kudos to you, BMW. And a small diffuser over here, which is nice. It's not too aggressive. It ties down with the whole aesthetic of this car. And let's talk about the boot. There is an electronic tailgate. There is tons of space inside this car, like 3 or 4 large bags, no problem. Because it is a coupe, the hatch is a proper hatch. It's not like a boot, it's a proper hatch. So tall things can be easily loaded inside this car. You do get a parcel shelf. You also get a space over here, which houses a space saver spare wheel, which is nice. And there's a button over here, and that is how you close the tailgate. And check out the 3/4 in the back. A very lovely car. You can see the strong belt line. Everything about this car has that sculpted, muscular feel. And now driving the X4 30D, this is special, genuinely special, because This feels like a proper M product from the interiors. I'm not talking about the outright power or the handling capabilities. The way this interior makes you feel, it feels like an M3. I know I'm stretching it, but listen to me. The way the seats hold you, the seating position is quite low. That hood area, the whole aesthetic of this interior, especially this being all black, gives you that M3-esque feel. Yes, that is a very special feeling. And talking about the power, 265 bhp and 620 Newton meters of torque. The mid-range on this car is the sweet spot. And as from low as 2000 RPM, you get that 600 Nm of torque. And it's blisteringly fast. It's like a punch to your face. It is brutal, it is violent. And the 8-speed gearbox is a gem. Downshifts are very quick. Oh, properly fun. You can have a lot of fun honing this car around. The gearbox is very snappy. It shifts like that. It feels really, really sharp and responsive. And the ride. This car is running on 20-inch alloy wheels with low-profile tires. The sections on the back is 40 and the section on the front is 45 for the profile. And this car does not feel uncomfortable. There are no harsh vibrations. And this has that adaptive setup from where I choose Sport to Sport Plus. The dampening, the rebound, everything gets changed in real time. And the handling, it shows. This car is sharp in the bends. It does not wobble around unwantedly. It has that very crisp execution when it comes to the suspension department. Like we just went through a very sharp pothole over there. There was no vibrations inside the cabin. The car was composed. It did not unsettle this car whatsoever. And the steering wheel. This is an electronically assisted steering wheel. It does weigh up a bit, but it kind of feels artificial. We are in Sport Plus mode and it weighs up, but it feels a bit archaic. Like, yeah, not my liking. I would prefer keeping the steering setting in the comfort mode. You can set it individually. There is a Sport Plus and a Sport individual setting where you can make individual changes to the suspension, the steering and the throttle response. So you could custom tailor the sport settings. And what I would suggest is keep the steering in comfort mode because that is the most natural feeling. And all of the rest, just put it up all the way to Sport Plus and you are going to have a great time. And for your day-to-day driving, if you switch it to comfort mode, it is decently comfortable. But in the back of the mind, there is that special feeling of driving something this powerful and this sporty because this has that sporty nature. And this is why BMWs are known to be the ultimate driving machines. And let's take a quick look on what the touch and feel of this interior is like. Right out of the bat, I can say this all-black interior is very smart, very good looking, but not for everyone's choice. Like, I personally love this. Now, like I said, these seats are the M-specific seats with tricolors over here. And this is fully adjustable electric seats, but you also get extra adjustability in the thigh support area manually. So you can do that to increase your under thigh support, which is pretty nice. And the seat overall is a very sporty seat. Like the buckets are really tight. You do feel held in place once you're seated in the seat. Like I feel properly good. You know, this feels like a very sporty experience. Although this is a diesel coupe SUV. So yeah, so that is the initial feel of the interiors and everything over here. Every surface is soft touch, leather padded, double stitched. As you can see over here, the red contrasted stitching is almost everywhere. And I do like the very swoopy layout of the dashboard itself. And I am a very big fan of this beautiful touchscreen interface system over here. 12 point something-ish screen, which is a touch screen. So everything is really fluid. The animations are very quick, very snappy. Everything about the screen is just class leading. It feels like a very sophisticated display unit. Not the biggest fan of that thing over there. I'll get to that in a bit. This is the iDrive system which BMW have perfected over the years. A very lovely system to use. You have a lot of customizability. You can basically do anything. And this car also has the Harman Kardon audio system. And you do also get a reversing camera over here, which sadly this car does not have 360-degree cameras. This has a very brilliant and clear rear view camera with adaptive guidelines, and you also have a top-down view of the sensors. So it has that swing out thing, like as you can see, I'm turning to the right and the car will show you how much the car is going to swing out by. So that is very, very good to have. And this car also has park assist. If you are a novice driver, well, park assist is going to come in very handy, where the car will steer itself into a parking space. And the steering wheel itself, let's put it to neutral. And the steering wheel itself is a very chunky unit, an M Sport steering wheel, as you can see from the badge over here. Very chunky, a bit too chunky for my liking, but it's good. It has great extensions for your thumb over here. It has paddle shifters, which feel very nice. And let's talk about the driver displays over there. Not the biggest fan, but it is, like I said, a very clear screen. The contrast, the black levels, everything is really, really good. But the problem is the way the needles, like, this is wrong. Like, it's a square, angular square, octagon. I don't know what BMW was thinking with these kind of a needle setup. I am a big fan of the twin pod setups, the analog clocks on old BMWs. I am a huge fan of those. But this feels a bit cartoony, in my opinion. It feels digital, but not in a good way, if that makes sense. What else do you have? You have the door cards, which are beautiful. You have that carbon fiber imitation kind of material over here and over here as well. And the ambient lighting is really good. There are a lot of customizable colors like blues, reds, greens. So there is a lot of customizability in the ambient light setup. As you can see, there's one over here, one over here. The overall lighting package of this car is really, really nice. There's even ambient lighting over here. The lights are on right now, but let me just quickly turn off the lights. And you see how beautiful these lights are. Those are really cool. There are ambient lights over here as well. Over here. And just check out the party vibe inside this car. This is very nice. Very special, by the way. This feels really, really good. And the headliner is black. The whole interior is black. So, like I said, I am a big fan of black interiors, but not to everyone's liking. You also get a huge panoramic sunroof, which, let's see how much it opens. Yep. So there is that much space to stick your head out, but I wouldn't recommend that. And this feels tight. This does not feel like a big SUV or even a coupe SUV. This feels like a very compact 3 Series from the inside. Yeah, that is the feeling I'm getting. This feels like a very compact 3-liter straight 6 turbo diesel 3 Series. Yes, it does. Especially being a coupe, it has that sedanish vibe. And now sitting in the back seat of the BMW X4. Obviously, the coupe design is going to eat up a bit on the headroom aspect, but for me or a guy like me, well, this is not that bad. For taller people, maybe it might be an issue. And these back seats do recline, so there is a lever somewhere over here. And yeah. So yeah, there is that adjustability. You can split these seats 40, 40, 20. You also get AC vents in the back with a single zone in the back for your climate. So 3 zones, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. You also get 2 USB-C charging ports in the back. And another very cool feature is, now as you can see, the ambient light is purpley blue. So if I open the door to get out, it glows red to let oncoming people know that the door is opening. So that is danger, danger, danger. That is pretty cool. The ambient light turns into a hazard light. That is nice. And once you close the door, it goes back to your default setted color. Over here you have a armrest with twin cup holders. Very nice. And the whole center section can be, folded down to access stuff from the boot. So that is pretty handy. And like I said, these seats do fold down to increase the luggage area. So that is pretty good. And like I said, the seats, the way it's sculpted, it makes you feel good. Like, these seats are not soft and supple and luxurious. No, don't get me wrong. This is not a luxurious seat. It is hard. It feels like a proper sporty car. I won't say sports car, a sporty car. Yes, because seats are hard. They are supportive, but hard. And that is the whole vibe with the X4. It is confusing because if you want pure luxury, this is not the car for you. But if you want that sporty edge with being practical, you can make your driver drive. You could sit here because knee room is not at all a problem. Like, this is set to my driving position and that is set all the way back, and still there is ample amount of space. But if you are someone who drives their car, this is a very sporty experience, and your family or your children or your friends will be happy to be back here enjoying this much space and this big sunroof. So there is no compromise in the back seat, but if you're an older gentleman who specifically wants luxury, this is not the one for you. This is aimed at a more younger audience, a more younger enthusiastic buyer who likes to get their hands dirty, to punch it in between the mountains and the curvy sections. So yes, this is, like I said, a very, very brilliant car to drive, which will accommodate your friends and family and which will not get scared of bad roads easily due to the high ground clearance. And that was it. That was my detailed review with the BMW X4 30D. What did you think? Would you consider buying one, or would you buy something else? Do let me know by writing down in the comment sections below. Like this video, share this video with your friends and family. And if you're new here, do consider subscribing to my channel because it means a lot to me. We'll catch you in another video. Till then, have fun, drive safe, and God bless. Bye.